Hey everybody, I think we're on part 4. Part 4 it involves putting the mounts in for the speed controller, the motor, all that. So I thought it'd be a great time to show you what motor I'm putting in here. Alright, so it's a hobby wing brushless. It's a 800 kV. I think, well, I know it'll take up to an 8 cell for sure. I think it'll take 12. But hey, I don't know. We'll see, right? So let's get this thing open and take a look at it. Alright, so we have the 800 kV hobby wing brushless system. So I got the plastic off. Let's go ahead and take the cover of this box off. Alright. So, one heck of a nice box, that's for sure. And this would be the speed controller, I guess. Let's go ahead and cut that. That's all sealed up. Alright. Easy Run Max 5. Ooh, wow. That's about the biggest speed control I've ever seen. Alright, so I work with mostly 10 scale stuff, so this is the biggest speed controller I've ever seen. Alright, look at that monster. Oh my god. This thing is just crazy. Okay, so it'll take up to an 8S. 3 to 8S LiPo. Says so right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to mount that, and we'll do that today. Let's take a look at the motor. Or motor, not engine, motor. Cut this plastic off. All right, so 800 kV. Suitable for 1/5 sport. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that thing. That thing is huge. Absolutely huge. I mean, it takes up my whole hand, right? All the bullet connectors are already there, so we're good there. Really well marked A, B, and C right here. If you can see that. It probably weighs 3 pounds by itself. Alright, so between speaking, I don't know how much lighter it's going to be with this. I've never seen a shaft on a motor that huge. Not on an RC. I mean, that's crazy. Look at that. It's crazy. Alright. Well, let's not get off subject here, because what we're really supposed to be doing today is putting in the mount for the ESC and for the motor. Motor. So I sat here and I made this personal rule that you don't call motors engines, because motors are electric, and you don't call it electric motors engines, because never mind. Anyway, I think you know what I mean. So I'm just going to put this aside here for now, because in the next step what we're working on is mounting the ESC. So let's get all this stuff out of the way, and we are working on bag C. Alright, bag C is this little bag right here. It's got a bunch of small parts, brackets, stuff like that. I hope this part, will go pretty smooth. So we have some decent brackets right here. This plastic one. Some more carbon fiber. A lot of carbon fiber in this kit. Some spacers. And a hardware bag. Alright, so let's take a look at it. Where do we start? Well, first we start, looks like these spacers are threaded. So it's supposed to sit like that, right? Spacers on top. Get this hardware out. Got enough little plastic bags to last me quite a while. Alright, so got one spacer there, one spacer here, and screws go up from the bottom. Alright, so the 255-006s, there's two of those. I'm sorry, four of those, but two of them are used for this, right, on the bottom. So let's go ahead, start with this one. I'm going to put some Loctite on these because I don't think we want them falling off. I'll find a bit that I need. It's probably on here. Alright. A little bit of Loctite. Let's see, let's make sure we get this right. Don't want to do anything backwards like last time. I think this is like the trickiest part of this whole step. And it doesn't have to be super tight because there's Loctite on it already, right? Alright, so then we have the other one. And I just gotta say that I'm using my big driver, and I most likely should not. I do have a smaller one that not so torquey, which would help as far as saving these screws. Alright. Okay, so that part's done. And then we put this this here top piece on, and it looks like sits like that. So I'll need 2 more of those. Oh, well, now it's got a lot of Loctite on it. Alright, so we got that part done, I think. Okay, at least it kind of looks like it in the picture, right? Then the next step is to put these studs in to mount the ESC. However, this Hobbywing ESC does not have a mounting bracket. It's just smooth. So let's see how that'll work. So it doesn't have a mounting bracket. Gonna have to use some servo tape. Yeah, it looks like they supplied it already. Alright. And some extra wires. Okay, so let's skip to that. Let's skip that part. And C1 is done. Move this out of the way. Okay, next step would be to mount this bracket in the truck. Okay. Okay, so I went ahead and I mounted this, but I left it loose so it could be moved around. May not seem like it right now. Oh. There we go. So I can move it around, right? So I can get everything to line up. We have a couple of these screws right here for this that go into here and here. I'm just going to put those in right now. They go into plastic, so there's no need for Loctite. And I don't have a driver that's big enough to do this, so I have to do it by hand. I don't want to get busted for having radio on. Alright, so looks like this post right here is going to line up with this hole right here. Okay, so truck's starting to get heavy again, even with the motor taken out. And what we got is that we have a ESC that's sitting right there. Now I can put it this way because this screw is in the way, or I can put it this way. So let's take a look at that. If I put it like this, just center it. I think that'll be okay, huh? Since I don't have brackets like the other one, And since I have to mount this post in a different spot farther up than right here, because this is the mounting hole that the instructions you know, told me to put it in, but there's no hole over down here for that. So I'm thinking just stick it like that, right? That way when I have my Y adapter all hooked up, I'll still have plenty of, you know, wire and all that there to hook it up. Alright, so the ESC mounts in. Now we just work on, I think we're just going to work on the motor. Yeah, we're on D already. Look at that. Let's find our D bag. Here's our D bag. Alright, so here's D bag. Go ahead and slice this open. If you're looking at all these other extra screws right here, it's because if I had the mount like this is originally made to have the dynamite system in it, if I had that mount, I would use these for that. But this will most likely just end up in my screw box, and I'll use them somewhere else. Alright, so we have a couple spacers right here. Gold. We have the engine mount. We have a new spur gear and screws with washers. Alright, now don't have to worry about the mesh, because these spacers right here are supposed to give you the proper mesh when it comes to installing the engine. So I don't have to worry about that. One thing I need to do is just get this motor plate all mounted up to the motor, and then we're good. It looks like we have a couple bigger screws right here, and that's most likely to for these right here. Alright. Alright, so let's get that motor out. This here this motor is kind of like, man, I'm still just kind of like, whoa. When I have the move you low. I'm going to have this sitting with the wire straight up. That way I have plenty to go to the ESC. If I need to cut these back later, I can. Okay. Alright, so let's get this mounted up to the plate. We're going to have everything straight up and down, right? I'm going to find the bit for this. Probably on here. Nope, it is not. Probably one of these. The big one. Alright, so going back to my Loctite, since this is all supposed to be already preset. Okay, so I repositioned the wires right here so they come out to the side. It wasn't as clear as I thought it'd be, but you know, anyway, so then the motor will be sitting right here, and the reason why it wasn't as clear as I thought it'd be is because I thought all the holes would line up no matter what clocking position it was in. but it had to be in just the right one. So I had to turn it a little bit more than I actually wanted it to, in order to get all the bolt holes to line up for the front. Okay, so right now I'm going to mount this motor, and we'll go from there. We're nearly done with this part. Alright everyone, here it is. Everything's all installed. We have the speed controller on. This big old motor installed. Battery holders are in with the batteries. Nothing's plugged in. Next up, I said that we would probably do a running video next, but I'd like to show y'all how I'm going to do the wiring part, and that'll be the next video. Then after that, I'll have everything calibrated, and then we can take her out. It's looking like some storms coming in right now, so I mean, they're not here yet, but by the time I get this all done, I'm sure they'll be here. And anyway, hey, if you like this, let me know. Leave a like, click, subscribe, share, leave a comment. I'll see you next time. Thank you.